Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning into another episode of TokYo-Yo. My name is T. So tonight we're looking at an unboxing. I recently was contacted by Thesis yo-yos. They contacted me a few months ago asking me if I wanted to buy one of their yo-yos and do a video about it, but I didn't have the money at the time, so we kind of fell out of contact. And recently they sent me another message saying I think they made another run, so they were seeing if they wanted to send me another one and I would do a video on it. So this is the Serenade, which is a plastic yo-yo. Colin Ewan, I believe is how you say his name. It's a signature model. Honestly, plastic Delrin yo-yos have a pretty big obstacle to get over with me because, as you guys know, YOYOEMPIRE, you got the Urus, you got the Boreas, you've got my all-time favorite plastic ever, the Notice. This thing is banged up to hell, but it's still one of my favorite plastics. It's still my favorite plastic. I wish I could get another one because this one's been banged so much it's not smooth anymore. But anyway, the Serenade's going to have a very, very big job overcoming these because I think these are as good as plastics get. Now, I'm a little bit worried about this because, as you guys can hear, this package does not sound secure. I don't think this is how Thesis sends their yo-yos usually, so I hope that it's not damaged. I'm kind of worried because there's like no securing of this package at all. So let's go ahead and turn it around. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so upon opening the package, this is how it was packaged. This was loose in the box. It was just rattling around the whole time. This is the slap bracelet. I've read about these. I mean, I lived with these when I was a kid. These were all the rage in the 90s. So this thing is interesting. It's pretty thick for the summer, so I'm definitely not going to wear that. It's going to make me really sweaty. We got string in here. I have no idea what kind of string this is, some kind of polyester. And then we've got the yo-yo here, which, like I said, I hope this isn't damaged because it was literally just like bouncing around in the box like that. So when I got it out of the mailbox, it was like rattling around. I was immediately worried that it was going to be damaged, so we'll just have to see. I've never tried anything from Thesis. People talk pretty highly about them. I think this is, as I might have mentioned, this is Colin Ewan's signature model, and I think it's really cool when players do signature models that are plastic. I don't think it's a very common thing. I think only maybe the wedge is the only other plastic I can think of right now that's a signature, or the Big Dipper. Okay, so here we go with the Serenade. So these are really big, thick rims. It feels pretty heavy. I'm pretty sure the weight is comparable to these here. It does feel heavier than I'd like in the hand, so I'm not sure how that's gonna feel. This finger spin, little catch zone here. It's a little metal hub for you to catch your finger spins. It's actually pretty wide. If you look at it here next to the Boreas, yeah, you can see it's got quite a bit of width on it. I do like the black. I don't think I've ever had a black Delrin model. I do like the Delrin feel. It's really nice and comfortable on the hand. Feels nice. I believe this was machined, so that's why you see like these nice smooth lines. Looks like this will be good for grinds. Yeah, it is kind of an H shape here. Not as H as the Urus, because the Urus is like 100% H. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have a pretty big obstacle to overcome as far as what I think of this plastic, because like I said, I think YOYOEMPIRE has really set the bar super high for what a plastic can be and how it can perform. So let's quit talking about it and let's see how it plays. Alright, so let's go ahead and try out the Serenade, shall we? Let's see here. It's fairly smooth. It's not the smoothest Delrin. It's not YOYOEMPIRE smooth. So it actually feels pretty light on the string, which surprises me, because a lot of times with plastic yo-yos you have to make them very, very rim weighted and they don't play particularly light on the string, so that can be kind of a problem. But this one has a nice soft feeling at the end of the string when you throw it, even if you throw it pretty hard. Pads are okay. They seem a bit slippery, but that could just be the string. I'm using a pretty thick string, so I don't know. I don't know if they're okay. Let's try some grinds. Pretty nice. A little bit of vibe on the string here. A little bit of vibe on the nail, especially on the grinds. You can feel it. Let's try talent grind. Yeah, nice. Nice big rims. They let you get in there. Do your grinds pretty easily. Let's try some hooks, whips. Okay. Okay. Nice and wide so it doesn't make those trips where you have to hit. Nice and wide so it doesn't make those tricks where you have to hit the gap. Much easier to achieve. Let's try that double GT. Oh, I think I forgot how to do this trick. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Let's see how it regens. Bearing's making kind of a funky noise. Those slippery pads are giving me a problem. Yeah, you see, it's slipping a lot. Wow. Okay. I'm not using, this string is brand new and it's thick, so these pads are just not. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's getting really annoying. Okay, apparently I can't bind this yo-yo anymore. Okay. Well, I was going to try to regen it, but the only regen I know I can't seem to do. There we go. Yeah, regen's okay. It's not the best. Feels a bit heavy when you try to regen it. Yeah, that, those pads are a problem. Let's try finger spins. Yeah, I mean, no brainer, of course. It's going to be, whoa, that's, yikes. Okay. It's not the best. They're okay. The finger spin catch zone is a bit small, but the cup guides them in nicely, guides your finger in there as you can see. Well, maybe it doesn't. There it does. You kind of have to help it. It does vibrate a little bit. You can see, like, my finger's not moving, but I'm not sure why it's doing that. That's weird. I've never seen a yo-yo do that before. I think it's because the catch zone is not really that recessed, so it's kind of allowing a lot of space for your finger to bounce around. It's not really keeping your finger in place. So, I mean, see, I'm just holding it normally. It's vibrating a lot. Now it seems to be okay. I'm not sure what happened before. Oh, there we go, there we go. Yeah, I haven't moved at all. And it's just going absolutely insane. So I'm not sure what that's about. I've not seen that in other yo-yos before. That's kind of annoying. Let's see if I do it with a turned finger. You do it like that. Whoa, okay, that's interesting. That's not fun at all. So you guys can see, I don't know if you can notice this, but it's like vibrating out of control no matter which way I bend my finger. It's very, very unstable. So I don't know about the finger spins. Like, it seems like they should be really good, but also is not really very fun. It vibrates out of control, and even though it does center, it doesn't seem to maintain. So I don't know what that means. Your results may vary. One thing I like about it is the, wow, that response is really annoying. One thing I really like about it is the Delrid feels really nice. It's really soft. And actually this has a really nice catch in the hand. It feels very, very nice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the Serenade. Just for funsies, I'm gonna switch to the, I think this is the closest one, profile-wise, stats-wise. I mean, all the YOYOEMPIREs are pretty similar, but you see that snap? The weight's not distributed in the same way, so it's a little bit heavier on the throw, but it also feels more powerful because of that. Yeah. Let's try the finger spins. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about here? Because it's recessed enough in these bowls, you can see the difference between these two. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but this one is very, very shallow. This one is very, very deep, and it actually has a place for your finger. It kind of, the concavity changes the farther you go in. This one is just like a really shallow bowl. So yeah. Oh, the grinds on YOYOEMPIRE are just so good. Final thoughts on the Serenade. You know, I'm not really sure about it. I'm not the biggest fan, but it also is very hard because YOYOEMPIRE, I've been talking about them for years. I absolutely love their plastics. I think they're the absolute kings of machined plastic, especially their Delrins are really, really, really good. And their polycarbonates also are very, very smooth, very high quality. So it already had a hard time, I think, coming in because I have such a high standard for Delrin especially. I'm not a fan of the way it finger spins. It didn't feel good to me. It didn't stabilize. It didn't maintain at all. As you could see, once it kind of reached equilibrium, once it stopped doing this and it just became like completely parallel to the ground, it just started wiggling out of control and I couldn't maintain it. It's not as smooth as the YOYOEMPIREs as far as vibe is concerned. There's only a little bit on here, but considering these go for 20 to 30 and this one goes for almost 50, you know, the quality feels a little bit different. Like I said, this one has a really nice catch. It's much more comfortable than this one. It's nowhere near as comfortable as this one. This is the most comfortable plastic I've ever used. But it is a very, very nice catch in the hand, and it feels very nice on a hold as well. And I was impressed that they were able to get a feeling of power and speed and mobility out of it, because a lot of times with plastics you're forced to put so much weight on the rims that it usually feels like really just like a stone. And I don't feel like that with the Serenade. It feels like it has a little bit of presence on the string, just enough to know that it's there, but it's very, very quick and very maneuverable. So that was something I really enjoyed about it. I'm not sure if the vibe came from it rattling around in the package or not. It's got some scratches on it, so I'm not sure. That might even be a crack. I'm not sure if you guys can see that right there where my finger's pointing, but yikes, that's what I was feeling it on grinds earlier, but ugh. Anyway, and also the response on this was very, very inconsistent. So a lot of times what I'll do anyway is I'll just swap the pads out, which is not a big thing, but I don't have any spare pads right now. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's a very good, it feels like a good yo-yo. It feels like a good plastic. I think I just have such a high standard for plastics after YOYOEMPIRE that I feel like it's very, very hard for other companies to surpass that, especially when it's a higher price point. A lot of people are going to tell me like the Cabal, One Drop Cabal is like the king of plastics. That thing's a snaggy mess. It just wasn't for me at all. And especially once you, and I think people will attest, once you've played this is the Notice from YOYOEMPIRE, this finger spinning O-shaped, perfectly egg-shaped, white and black with a totally kick butt response. Once you've played a plastic like that, it's very, very hard to hold others up to that level because the standard is just so high after that. But anyway, I mean, those are my thoughts on the Serenade. I think it's totally a fine yo-yo. It's just probably not really what I'm looking for. Thanks a lot to Thesis for sending it to me. I appreciate it. And, you know, maybe I will give it some more chances and see what I think. It hasn't really grown on me so far, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care, have a nice day, and sayonara.